Super 8 is a new sci-fi venture from director J.J. Abrams and producer Steven Spielberg about this group of kids who, when shooting a movie on their Super 8 camera, become witness to this explosion on this train, and as it turns out, it is a alien invasion in the small town that they live in. Now, I am not all about that CGI, no story, all that crap that we see nowadays, aka Transformers. Um, I like some story in my CGI filled crap. So I think that this movie was a perfect balance of explosion, CGI, all that stuff, and acting and good story and character development and all that stuff. And so when you put those two together and mash them in a really, really good balance, they make a really, really solid movie. And that's why I think this is. I think it's such a solid film, and I'm so lucky to be able to have seen it at an advanced screening. I loved how they teased us back in May, and they didn't even have any actors in. They just, they started production and they had no actors. They just filmed this scene, and, no one knew the direction it was going to go, and it turned out to be a really, really cool direction. I thought it was really cool. I kind of feel bad that when I was younger I didn't make films with my friends. It's kind of, I don't want to say it's too late now, but, my friends are off doing other crap. They're off playing sports and, other stuff, and I am too, It seemed like a lot of fun. They looked like they had so much fun making it. The kids looked like they had a blast, and they're really, really good actors. I was so surprised because they're not well-known actors except Ally Fanning, who was in some films. But knowing that she's 13 is really, really mind-blowing, kind of. So overall, I loved it. I thought it was creative, original. I know people are going to bash me because they're like, it was an E.T. slash Goonies slash blah, 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 blah. Well, I've never seen the Goonies. You're like, you've never seen the Goonies? And I'm like, yeah, I've never seen the Goonies. I'm sorry I haven't gotten around to it in my 17, 18-year life. What I really did notice a correlation to was Jaws. I did see Jaws. At first I thought it was just some stupid horror movie, but it was actually really, really legit. Like, there was actually conflict and danger within the character, the main protagonist, and it was actually really, really good. And I felt like, there's danger and conflict within the protagonist of this movie, and especially in the main protagonist's father. You'll see when you see it, there's a really, really emotional aspect to it that I don't want to say to spoil stuff, but it gets pretty emotional. And so, one other thing that I want to point out about Jaws is that you never actually get to see the monster or the shark or whatever until the very end. You just see glimpses and shots of it, and it also correlates with this film, and I think that was the right way to go with it. I think it was really cool how they progressed, and it also had the jump factor. That was definitely J.J. Abrams' influence on the film. There was a lot of kind of jump scares, and sometimes it got a little cheesy, but overall it was a very solid film. 4.5 stars. The dialogue was great. It was just really, really well written, the dialogue, because, they're kids, and so that's why I also think that J.J. Abrams probably used what he remembers as a kid growing up, making Super 8 movies with his friends. Maybe he had a journal or whatever, and he probably looked back on it to see how he talked and dialogued about it during the writing process. And of course, Steven Spielberg was there, and he's so good at dialoguing. The dialogue was great. The kids were awesome. The conflicts that were in it could have easily been trashed, but they weren't. So that was awesome. And just, yeah, go see it.